Welcome to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
The following program is brought to you with generous support from the town of Culver, Indiana. Culver, dine, shop, stay, repeat. And visit Marshall County. Discover, explore, and unwind in Marshall County. With special thanks to Lee Marshall with the Culver, Indiana Economic Development Foundation for sponsoring this performance.
In every life, some rain must fall, but you'll get wet as your sorrow calls. But the sun will rise on a brand new morn. You'll be warm and dry and freshly born.
From historic downtown Plymouth, Indiana, where the beautiful Reese Theater has recently been restored to its Art Deco prime, Heartland Arts Center is breathing new life into the historic Montgomery Ward building, and where the Lincoln Highway and the Michigan Road cross the banks of the beautiful Yellow River, it's the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. Tonight, we feature an American musician, singer, songwriter, percussive dancer, choreographer, and square dance caller from Oakland, California. She performs with her own band, which features Keith Terry and Eric Pearson, and also collaborates with Keith Terry as a duo. Other projects include two all-female groups, the Stairwell Sisters and Motor Dance. Her 2012 CD was voted Americana Album of the Year by the Independent Music Awards, Vox Pop Vote. A banjo player since childhood, she features regularly on the annual Banjo Babes compilation album and calendar. Also the executive director of the International Body Music Festival, IBMF, a project of the Oakland-based arts nonprofit Cross Pulse. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Evie Laden to our Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour stage. Also on hand tonight are a genre-bending duo from the back alleys of the Midwestern wilderness. They draw inspiration from Irish, bluegrass, old-time, and classical music. And they tour, perform, and teach extensively across the country. Both are co-founders and co-directors of the Folky Fish Jam Camp, Debutantes Hoot Camp, and the Fairfield Falcon Fiddle Club. They also play with the Indiana Newgrass Band Debutantes and Irish traditional band Sultry, and from time to time play with the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour House Band. Let's give it up for Ellen Coplin and Sean Hoffman, Bobcat Opossum. And now, recorded live from Wild Rose Moon Performing Arts Center, here is the thoughty theatrician of all things theogonic, thunderous, and thalergenic, your radio hour host, Zachary Gibson.
Thank you. The river goes round, round the bend. The river goes round, round, round till the very end. And when it stops, it starts again. It won't be long till the river runs round. It won't be long till the river runs round and round and round, my friends. Woo-hoo! Thank you for that thoughtful and therapeutic introduction, Derek.
You're very welcome.
Yes, it's great to be hosting the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
It is very kind of you to step in while George is on vacation.
Yes, with his lovely wife, Michelle, the usual applauseologist. Amy is filling in for her, whooping up the audience.
That makes 2 applauseologists in the entire world, by the way.
Oh, wow.
It's, for those who don't know, Zachary directed a couple of plays here at the Moon last year, Robin Hood plays, and we worked together on the Prophecy of the Crows reading for the radio hour earlier this year.
And we worked this summer on 3 sold-out performances of a sketch comedy show called Saturday Night Under the Moonlight.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we managed to write that ourselves.
Yes, that went great. Who would have thought?
Yes, who? Well, George had great faith in us, actually. He's like a wise old owl.
He is. You know, Derek, some people say that you sound like an owl.
Who?
Jokes.
Hey, speaking of which, we have a figure of wisdom right here with us. Rosie is sitting next to me with her Rastafarian dreadlocks, myrtle green leathern-leafed hands, gypsy dress, and her pithy disposition. Always eager to share her thoughts with us, she comes complete with notes of wisdom distilled from a world of scintillating sources. Take it away, John.
We have a note from Rosie. This note was wrote by Rosie. It's a wonder of a note, fresh off a ferry boat. If we voted on a quote, this note we'd vote the goat. We have a note from Rosie.
By the end of my years in high school, I felt something was wrong, and I became in open revolt against that. Music was an important part of my realization that the suburbs were like a cocoon for me. When I heard Woody Guthrie, this was in 1948 I'm talking about, and the Carter Family and Uncle Dave Macon, well, it just opened my horizons. It showed me things about America that I had never heard of. Here I was listening to Leadbelly when I came home from high school, while everybody else was listening to Frank Sinatra. I was on a very different track, and it's been that way for the next 70 years. This is a quote from John Cohen.
And that was a note from Rosie, as read by Pam Gunterman.
Evie Laden. Oh my gosh, yes. Evie Laden, how are you doing?
Doing well,
Good.
thanks.
Evie Laden, welcome back to the Wild Rose Moon stage.
Thanks.
You performed a concert here during the pandemic. Yeah.
I did.
Yes. Now you have 9 albums to your name, many with your band. Do you have a favorite place or studio to record these in?
Well, I would say that the Riding the Rooster albums that I've recorded with various fiddlers and musicians all across the country, wherever we can set up microphones, is my favorite place.
Now, I think I know the answer to this next question, but do you enjoy the studio process or do you prefer live performance?
Oh, I came up as a live performer because you know what happens when you perform live? You have this cellular exchange with the audience. Much more interesting than singing into a box.
I love it. Evie, what song are you going to gift us to start off the evening?
I'm going to perform a song that I wrote. I've mentioned swimming before. A song that I wrote while swimming against the current and staying in place in the Yuba River in California.
Love it. Evie Laden.
It's a skeleton floating in space. Time with no end under the waterline. There is no tread, but out of the water, the world it comes again in all its greatness and all its pain. Gravity settles right on my head out of the water. There's a heavy tread, but right on the surface, well, it ripples and it poos. Day becomes night, and we all are fools. At the horizon where gravity starts, out in the open, my beating heart. Well, under the waterline, I hear my pulse roar. My body is free to move once more. No weight on my shoulders, no thoughts in my head. Under the waterline, I'll make my bed, but right on the surface, well, it ripples and it poos. Day becomes night, and we all are fools. At the horizon where gravity starts, out in the open, my beating heart. Well, under the waterline, look up at the sky, it never stops moving. No patterns to find, the world's in motion. But under that line, time it goes backwards to when you were mine. Thank you.
Evie Laden. I snagged one of your bandanas.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, before the show. I came in wearing a white one. And Derek was in here wearing his what would you call that, Derek? You're not on the the microphone, so I'll have to describe. He's got this beautiful button-up T-shirt with, I don't know, maybe a dozen or 10 dozen roses all over it. And our applausologist, Amy, is in red plaid. And I felt out of I missed the memo. I needed to wear red. And sure enough, I grabbed one of your bandanas. There was text on the bandana. What's all that about?
So I have two flavors of bandana, one hot pink and one red and gold. And the red and gold one says, "Jump the fire." And I don't know, do you all practice that tradition of jumping the fire? Aren't you all pagans up here? Is that right? Hey, all right. But we practice that at the winter solstice to different cultures around the world have jumping the fire traditions. The Persians have a version. It's a Persian version that they do at the spring equinox. But the winter solstice, the longest night, the darkest day, you maybe build a fire and you write things on a piece of paper you want to get rid of, and you throw it in the fire, and then you jump over the fire as a way of reclaiming light in the darkness.
I love that.
Yeah, and that tradition puts me in mind of those summer festivals where if you're in this tradition that I grew up in, you stay up all night playing music and then regret it the next day and do it again.
Well, if you want to be as festive as us and wear one of these bandanas, you can grab one on the way out. Evie, what are you going to play for us next?
I'm going to play a song called Jump the Fire. Well, jump the fire, we're up all night. Baby's crying, can't sleep, 'cause it's light. The sun won't go down, and there ain't no sleep until the sun goes down, and it never goes down. Come pouring in till the morning light, right? Jump the fire, we're up all night. Up all night, wait till dawn. Won't you play another tune? Put the coffee on. I don't want to stop. Don't want to rest till the sun comes round again. Don't let it end. That golden glow low in the evening days are long and warm. I kick off my shoes, pull off my socks, play that tune again, and don't let it end. Well, jump the fire, we're up all night. Baby's crying, can't sleep, 'cause it's light. The sun won't go down, and there ain't no sleep until the sun goes down, and it never goes down. Come pouring in till the morning light, right? Jump the fire, we're up all night. And it ain't no sleep until the sun goes down, and it never goes down. Come pouring in till the morning light, right? Jump the fire, we're up all night. Up all night, wait till dawn. Won't you play another tune? Put the coffee on, and don't want to stop. Don't want to rest till the sun comes round again. Don't let it end. That golden glow low in the evening days are long and warm. Now kick off my shoes, pull off my socks, play that tune again, and don't let it end. Well, jump the fire, we're up all night. Baby's crying, can't sleep, 'cause it's light. The sun won't go down, and ain't no sleep until the sun goes down, and it never goes down. Come pouring in till the morning light, right? Jump the fire, we're up all night.
Thank you. Yes. Evie Laden, everybody. Up next are Ellen Copland and Sean Hoffman of the old-time band Bobcat Opossum, and our Shoot the Moon game show featuring questions relating to the biography of our musical guest, Evie Laden.
With support from the beautiful town of Culver, dine, shop, stay, repeat, and visit Marshall County. Discover, explore, and unwind. Also with generous support from Lee Marshall with the Culver, Indiana Economic Development Foundation. You're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
You're watching the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour on WNIT Public Television.
When I participate in something in connection with Wild Rose Moon, then it does have a sense of purpose. I can't really explain it other than to say that when you're playing music here, then you feel like you're a part of something worthwhile.
Welcome back to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. Now, your bio calls you genre-bending duo from the back alleys of the Midwestern wilderness. What the heck is that about?
Isn't that great? Oh, genre bending. I think I run into this a lot. People try to describe their music in a way that does not put them in any kind of box because you want to leave yourself open to all the possibilities. And I was thinking about roots music, and if we were roots, we'd be more like that invasive plant that just kind of goes everywhere and pops up in different places.
Honeysuckle or kudzu or something like that.
We're not like rooted like an oak tree that's like, there it is. We're more rooted like the roots are like creeping into every genre, I think.
Ground coverage, right? Yeah.
We're the ground cover of
I'm going to
folk
add
music.
that to our bio.
There you go. Now, I know you tour, perform, and teach, and both are co-founders and co-directors of numerous camps. Okay, so tell me a little bit about these camps. We've got Folky Fish Jam Camp, Debutante's Hoot Camp, and the Fairfield Falcon Fiddle Club. Are those real?
Those are all real.
Okay.
We thought we named them all too.
Okay,
No, the Fiddle Club is a thing that I started about 11 years ago at elementary school in Fort Wayne. And it's just like an after-school program for 4th and 5th graders to learn to play fiddle. So that's been going a while.
That's great, yes. Let me get one of these.
And then the other two are camps that we started last year. So we're coming up on our second year for both of those. And the Jam Camp is down in St. James, Missouri. It's in front of a festival. It's like a one-day kids camp. And so we got 30 kids on stage at the festival last year, and they all played together. It was amazing.
That's fantastic. Speaking of playing, you just played at the Acorn Theater up in Three Oaks, Michigan as Bobcat Opossum. And I know you also play with the Debutantes, right?
Yes.
Have they played at the Acorn Theater before?
We have a show coming up at the Acorn in January, on January 24th, I believe.
Oh, fantastic.
So as the Debutantes.
It's going to be good.
Brilliant. So what are you going to play with us today, and who is joining you?
All right, so today we're going to play a song I wrote called Everything All at Once. It's kind of a processing of the pace of life and both Sean and I's tendency to say yes to everything, which leads you into some crazy places. And joining us today is going to be the fine musicians on the house band team, Nathan and John. And yeah, so if you guys are ready?
Yeah, take it away.
All right. Hold on, I got to find my guitar pick.
Everything all at once, living the dream that I run.
But when every day is done, well, did I
Do any good? Did I have any fun? Everything all at once. Patience is a neighbor of mine. The grass is always greener on her side. But my yard is full of weeds and vines. Oh, patience is a neighbor of mine. But I never seem to get it all in line. Take this old guitar and tune it up. I got one more song to sing before you go. I've been waking up before the sun. I got a list of things to get done, but I'm missing the air in my lungs. What have I won? I've been seeing old friends in my dreams, walking and a-talking there with me, telling me that life ain't what it seems. It's hard to know what any of it means. Take this old guitar and tune it up. I got one more song to sing before you go.
everything all at once. Living the dream that I run. But when every day is done, did I do any good? Did I have any fun? Everything all at 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 everything all at
Let's give it up for Ellen Coplin and Sean Hoffman, Bobcat Opossum with the Wild Rose Moon Band. Yes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from our hometown to yours, the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour presents our very own audience participation quiz show, Shoot the Moon!
It don't matter to me how smart you are. Maybe you're a big buffoon. You don't need to be quick on the draw. All you gotta do is shoot the moon. Shoot the moon. Shoot the moon.
And now, here's the host of Shoot the Moon, the unabashed underdog of unconstrained understanding, the quirky quester of quibblesome queries, the ostentatious ostler of oscillating ostinatos, Zachary Gibson.
Derek, thank you for that introduction. I have no idea what you just said.
You ask questions and
Yeah, it's true.
Stuff.
No. Yeah, it was a joke. Could you read the rules of this mentally challenging yet fitfully contrived contest?
Certainly, Maestro. Before the show, audience members indicated their willingness to participate in Shoot the Moon by supplying an answer to this cool survey question. Are you now, or have you ever been so consumed with laughter that you couldn't speak? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we got 2 yeses.
Okay.
After responding to that question in an honest and reflective manner, without hesitation, yet in somewhat amused state of emotional equilibrium, exactly 2 contestants are chosen to represent themselves in our little game show. So now let's play Shoot the Moon.
Alrighty. It looks like we've got Dale as our first contestant. Hi, Dale. Dale, go ahead and step a little bit closer to the microphone. How are you?
Pretty good.
Oh my goodness, fantastic. Dale, it says here that, and we might need to get Dale some help, that he has an 8-year-old boy trapped inside of him. Dale, do
you have an explanation for that, Dale?
I do. I am in touch with that inner self on a daily basis.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I think that sense of maybe play is very, very important in everyday life. Heck, what are we doing here today, right? Let's see. Derek, what other kind of questions will we ask our guests?
We'll ask all kinds of questions pertaining largely to Evie Laden's background.
Oh, fantastic. Would we like to talk to Joel next?
Yes, let's do that.
Joel, it says here that you can clap backwards.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Okay. I don't know how does that...
It's a little tricky.
How does that compute to the radio, Derek?
So what happened was Joel just turned around and clapped.
Alrighty then, Derek. Could you read the 4 categories here? These categories relate directly to our guest.
All right, if I have to, I suppose. The first one is Jivey Ivy, then B-Town Boogie, Anagram Delight, that's anagram, but it's anagram delight, and Banjering Buzz. Banjering.
Oh, thank you, Rosie. Rosie about to fall asleep on us there. So, Dale, you get to pick first. Which one would you like?
B-Town Boogie.
B-Town Boogie. Here, we go. For several years, Evie Laden resided in Bloomington, Indiana, before leaving the West Coast. She worked with Malcolm, Evie, how do you pronounce his last name?
Dalglish.
Thank you, Dalglish. A well-known musician, composer, and choral director to create a final concept party at the Buskirk Chumley Theater there. The concert was entitled The Feast, right? All right, and had an unusual admission fee. Here we go. Admission to the theater could be attained by bringing, and at this point in the game, Evie, you are allowed to help our contestants in any way you deem necessary.
Well, a nonverbal way.
Oh, okay. Not any means, but a nonverbal way. Thank you, Derek.
Good for radio.
Yeah. Admission to the theater could be attained by bringing what? A fresh baked good such as a home-cooked casserole or pie. B, a friend who had never been to the Buskirk Chumley Theater before. Or C, a pet dog or cat. No reptiles allowed. Is it A, B, or C?
A.
Is it A?
It is A.
It is A! There it is. Okay, Derek. Let's see, Derek. What's our score at?
So far, we have Dale with 1 and Joel with -1.
-1, Joel.
Whoa.
He has backwards points.
He has backwards points.
I think you know where that -1 came from.
You're not getting on Derek's good side. Joel, let's pick a category here.
Banjoring Buzz.
Oh, yes, all the way at the bottom, Banjoring Buzz. Here we go. The New Lost City Ramblers was an old-time string band that formed in New York City in 1958 during the folk revival. They influenced many later musicians. The Ramblers focused on the traditional styles they heard on old 78 RPM records of musicians recorded during the 1920s and 1930s. Here we are. One of the founding members of the Ramblers recommended that 8-year-old Evie Laden take up the banjo. What member of the band was that? Who was that? A, Mike Seeger, B, Tom Paley, or C, John Cohen? Joel?
I'm going to go with C.
And I believe the answer is
C.
C, John Cohen. Very nice. Good job. All right, I'm trying to follow along. Derek, what's the score?
Dale still has 1 in the lead over Joel, who has scraped his way up to 0.
Dale, take it away. Where are we going?
Jivey Ivy.
Jivey Ivy. Here we go. Evie Laden attended Ivy League Brown University before leaving for Nigeria on a Fulbright scholarship to study African music and dance. Brown University is the 7th oldest institution of higher education in the U.S., founded in 1764. One of 9 colonial colleges chartered before the American Revolution. It was the first U.S. college to codify this. Was it A, admission and instruction of students was to be equal regardless of the religion affiliation of students? B, the study of Latin was a prerequisite for admission? Or C, witchcraft was not allowed on campus?
I'm going to go with A.
And I believe the answer, admission and instruction of students was to be equal regardless of the religious affiliation of students, is correct.
I have no idea.
No, that's correct. You're good. You got it.
That is
you got
true.
the point. You got the point.
Also, notice that means that witchcraft is allowed there.
That is in fact true. Witchcraft is allowed, as it should be.
That's what I majored in.
What's the score?
Now we have Dale pulling way out ahead with 2. Joel still bringing up the rear with 0.
So, Joel, that leaves you with what now?
Anagram Delight, I believe.
I believe so. Are you ready?
I hope so.
You're going to have to get 2 points on this one. Sam Bartlett is an American folk artist, public art instigator, cartoonist, performer, musician, and composer. As a visual artist, Bartlett's iconic style has been featured in publications, solo expositions, collaborative public artworks, and moving object performances, including panoramic, cranky shows, and large-scale papier-mâché puppetry, okay? The album's interesting title is derived from an anagram of the name of this sister-in-law of our feature performer, Evie Laden. The title is either A, Ven Idea, B, Evil Diane, or C, And Die Vile. What is your...
I'm going to go with C.
No. An all-time low. Does he get minus points for that one?
No, it's just,
okay.
He gets no points.
Well, I know
but
sometimes
not negative points.
Derek, George gets a little, he kind of gives away points willy-nilly here and there. So
I'm not a cruel man.
all right, Derek.
Firm and just.
What is our final score?
Our final score is Dale with 2 points and Joel with a mere 0 points.
And what does that tell us?
That tells us not a lot, actually, because win or lose, everyone gets lucky on Shoot the Moon. Both winners will have won a sleek and elegant sticker suitable for applying to one's laugh track, snicker, or guffaw. In addition, they will both receive a Wild Rose Moon mug, perfect for making unsightly coffee rings on your guitar or banjo. Both the sticker and mug depict Rosie gazing at the first full moon in June when the wild roses bloom. Congratulations, Dale, and to a lesser degree, Joel.
Congratulations to the winners.
After the break, we'll return with more of the Oakland Ball of Fire, Evie Laden. With support from the beautiful town of Culver, dine, shop, stay, repeat, and visit Marshall County, discover, explore, and unwind. Also with generous support from Lee Marshall with the Culver, Indiana Economic Development Foundation. You're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
You're watching the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour on WNIT Public Television.
So in high school, when I would hang out with my friends who lived closer to downtown, that was how I got my exposure to the things going on down here. And before I knew it, I was interning. Now I'm working for a media company, which definitely blends all of the things that I learned here and at school together.
Welcome back to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour. We're here with the prominent exponent of the community building propensities of the musical folk arts, Evie Laden. Evie, you teach, let's see here. You instruct, right? What is it? You're called a square dance caller?
I am.
That's what they call it, a square dance caller.
Yeah.
You have something coming up on November 1, right?
Well, November 1st, out in Oakland, we have our 3rd annual Lord of the Rings Halloween Square Dance.
Very exciting.
So all you nerds come out and dress up, and we square dance. And that's to be followed by hosting our Dare to Be Square West weekend, which teaches people how to call square dances so you can be fun at house parties.
Now, you've made sheet music for your body percussion, and that's used primarily where?
With choirs. There's at least one piece called Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie, that my friend Maura Smiley made an arrangement of a lead belly piece using my body percussion, and it has gone totally viral. Every choir in the known universe does it.
What's it called?
Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie.
Bring Me Little Water, Sylvie.
Yeah.
So you have instructional DVDs for clogging,
Yeah.
a coloring songbook.
I have a songbook. Uh-huh.
How do you do all this? Do you have help?
No, not really. I have a lot of ideas. And I just thought I would do everything I could think of.
Now, oftentimes you work with someone named Keith, right?
Yes,
Keith
my
Terry.
partner, Keith Terry.
Keith Terry. He got you into something called Cross Pulse.
Uh-huh, that's right.
What is Cross Pulse?
Cross Pulse is a nonprofit arts organization he started a long time ago, Crossing Pulses. So based around the rhythmic arts. He's known for contemporary body music, and as I like to say, he works with me in the highly lucrative folk music world, and I work with him in the equally lucrative international body music scene. And it is a very interesting life.
You're both involved in motor dance. Those are both body percussion groups.
Actually, Motor Dance is my project.
That's yours.
Yeah,
brilliant.
because it's an all-female group, so he's not in it.
Well, what will you do another song for us?
I will. So speaking of body percussion, someone asked me before the show about ham bone, and ham bone is a style of body music that it's from the African American tradition in the Appalachians. But what's been amazing, since we started the International Body Music Festival in 2008, it has traveled all over the world, in San Francisco Bay Area, but also in Istanbul and Sao Paulo, Brazil, and Bali, and in Ghana and Paris and places like that. And there are people all over the world using their original instrument. So here's a little ham bone. Well, jump back, get back, spend yourself $1. Daddy's got a square dance down in a holler, a finger on the fiddle, a rosin on the bow, round your partner with a do side do. Dance all night, give a pretty girl a swing. Pick her up and set her in the middle of the ring. Dance all night with a bottle in your hand. Dance all night, give the fiddler a dram. Fiddler a dram, fiddler a dram. Dance all night, give the fiddler a dram. Well, pick up your partner in a circle to the right, gonna dance all night, back again with a grin. Circle to the left with the one you love best. Say, June apples just hanging on a tree. The next pretty girl's gonna dance with me. Charlie, he's a nice young man, so dapper. Gonna pick me a good and ripe June apple. Give a dog a bone, my old man a come a rolling home. Home is where he hangs his hat, mad like a hatter, but I'm madder than that. Well, I don't drink and I don't smoke. I'm shacking up now with a greasy coat. A greasy coat's gonna take me in. Don't look now, but you can't fool him. Thank you.
Evie Laden. I used to tap dance. I don't tap dance very often anymore, but were those triplets? Is it different in clogging?
Yes.
Okay. The short answer is yes. But oh man, those you were just on fire there. I love that. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Motor Dance is, like you said, is an all-female group. And you were also involved in another all-female group called, what's it called?
The Stairwell Sisters.
Stairwell Sisters. Will you tell us about that?
It was actually my first band. I was mostly a dancer. And when I moved out to California, just one thing led to another. And when I went to check it out, within a few weeks, I was teaching clogging, and all of a sudden I found myself in a band. And the two gals, Lisa Berman and Sue Pomone, that started the group, used to work as graphic designers in a CD factory. Remember, compact discs, and when we needed people to design things. And they would sing Carter Family and Hazel and Alice songs in the stairwell. So stairwells are really resonant, and so are bathrooms, and I'm glad they were in the stairwell.
Can we get a final song from you tonight?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you all know Johnny Cash's song, I've Been Everywhere. I wrote a song called Almost Everywhere because the first time I traveled west of the Mississippi, my college boyfriend and I bought a van for $400 with shag carpet and a bed in the back. You know the one. And this will date me, but we took an atlas and we followed blue roads to green spaces and set off to find America. And it blew my mind, the geology, the geography, the people. I feel like I need to say this wherever I go, that there are good people everywhere. There are good people everywhere, all across this country, and this country is huge and really beautiful. But I will say this, as a touring performer, the more, and you probably notice this too, the more you drive back and forth across those highways, the more what's there right on the highways, more and more the same. And you know what is interesting is not that. What's interesting are places like where we are right now that are community-based spaces that are beautiful and supported by people like yourselves. So thank you for being here tonight. New York to New Orleans and every point in between. San Francisco, Balmer, I've been almost everywhere. Well, everywhere ain't worth it anymore if it all comes from the same store. Well, I ain't no Johnny Cash, I never claimed to be, but I still got the gas pedal riding under me. Well, my job, it takes me on the road, riding, rolling, gotta drive. I've paid off all I owed, never had a 9 to 5. The more the years go by, every exit looks the same. I can't believe my eyes, the homogeneity. Mickey D's, box of Jack, shells and gulfs a mile wide. Family diners get a stack of pre-cut, pre-cooked, freeze-dried fries. New York to New Orleans and every point in between. San Francisco, Balmer, I've been almost everywhere. Well, everywhere ain't worth it anymore if it all comes from the same store. You feel me? No matter where you are, well, you don't have to talk to folks. You don't have to leave your car. You do your business by remote. Everywhere ain't worth it anymore if it all comes from the same store. Well, in my hometown, they're tearing pretty houses down. Behind them, rise and rise them boxes filled with boxes. No surprises, everywhere ain't worth it anymore if it all comes from the same store. That shirt says USA, but it's made in Singapore, and it all comes from the same store. Cut down the Amazon and deliver it to your front door, and it all comes from the same store. Enough is enough, but more is more, and it all comes from the same store. New York to New Orleans and every point in between, well, it all comes from the same store. San Francisco, Balmer, I've been almost everywhere, and it all comes from the same store. Well, everywhere ain't worth it anymore if it all comes from the same store. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Evie Laden. Thanks so much to Evie Laden for her heartfelt efforts to renew our world through music, movement, and song. Thanks also to Ellen Copland and Sean Hoffman of Bobcat Opossum, and John Bahler and Nathan Waddell for their spirited song accompaniment. Thank you, folks. Thank you, thank you.
With support from the beautiful town of Culver, Dine, Shop, Stay, Repeat, and Visit Marshall County, discover, explore, and unwind. Also with generous support from Lee Marshall with the Culver, Indiana Economic Development Foundation. You're listening to the Wild Rose Moon Radio Hour.
Thank you you to announcer and co-writer Derek Jensen. The voice of Rosie, Pam Gunterman. Rosie's creator, Vera Tiani. Audio engineer, Nate Butler. Audio assistant, Jonathan Nixon. Audio intern and technical assistant, Nicholas Holzer.
Video producer Jim Yoakum. Video director Troy Bontrager. Camera operator Maddie Shirk. Hospitality crew Martina Sam, Jennifer Reed, Rachel Holzer, and Ashley Matthews. Thanks to our longtime supporters Judith Robert and Dan Schubert, and to the memory of past friends John Kubley, Tom Kapazinskas, Dave Barkmeyer, and Gene Pazdurka.
And special thanks to our guest applausologist, Amy Beecham. John! Yes, John, are you ready to snatch up a piece of reality, pluck its feathers, cover it in chocolate, and swallow it in one fell swoop?
You know, let me tell you something. My script's on the wrong page, but...
You want me to turn it for you?
Sure.
Yeah, let me be your page turner.
You know, I was just going to simplify it a little bit. It's at the very end. I was just going to simplify a little and say yes, but if you'll turn the page for me, then... Hey!
You want to take that again?
I'll be...
It's pretty ridiculous. I want to do it again. It's fun to say. Hey, John.
Yes.
Are you ready to snatch up a piece of reality, pluck its feathers, cover it in chocolate, and swallow it in one fell swoop?
I'll be swooping and whooping all the way home. So when you think you've lost that life, all pain and heartache fill your soul with strife, just remember, as you're tumbling down, it won't be long till the river goes round. River goes round, round the bend. River goes round, round, round till the very